Yoga is a science of the body and the mind that brings your mind and your body into one unified state. Ashtanga yoga is a dynamic physical form of hatha yoga that uses physical exercises or postures to bring you into a unified state of body, mind, and soul consciousness. Ashtanga yoga is devised by Sri K. Pattabhi Jois, my teacher in Mysore, India. What you'll be viewing today is the primary series of Ashtanga yoga. This first series is the foundation for all yoga practice. It builds a strong body, a clear mind, and a healthy way of thinking. When you view this practice at home, be sure to use it as a complement to a daily practice with the teacher who knows your body and can help you exactly where you need it. The practice of physical yoga is meant as a door which you will walk through on the journey towards a deeper relationship with yourself. The physical postures are like little gateways or keys that you will open as you explore deeper dimensions of your consciousness. Some of the postures or asanas that you'll be viewing today may seem difficult or challenging at first. However, that's the beauty of the yoga practice. You take something which at first seems impossible, and over time, with your daily practice, it becomes possible. This is the seed of transformation, not in the abstract sense, but as something real and tangible that you can experience in your body, in your mind, and in your consciousness.
Vande Guru Nam Charanara Finde Sandarshita Swatma Sukhava Pode Nishreyase Jangali Kayamane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shenka Chakrasi Darinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Patanjalim Allow your hands to drop by your side, relaxing your body. Ekam, inhale, allow your arms to raise. Dve, exhaling, dropping down, hands are next to your feet. Trini, inhale, letting the chest rise. Chatwari, stepping back, lower yourself down and keep your body strong. Pancha, inhale into upward facing dog. And Shat, exhale, rolling over your toes, move back into downward facing dog. Tune into your breath, allow your body to relax into the posture, gently letting the kneecaps raise, the shoulder blades moving away from each other and down the back. Let your fingertips and your toes spread wide apart, tuning into the sound of your breath. And bending your knees, shifting your gaze forward, walking, Saupta, inhale, looking up, Ashtau, folding forward, the chest moves towards the knees, Nava, inhale, standing up, let the arms reach high, and exhale, Samastitihi. Ekam, we begin again, the arms raise, gaze at the thumbs, Dve, exhale, let your sit bones rise on the way down. Trini, inhale, looking up. Chatwari, stepping again back. Lower yourself down, slow and steady. Pancha, inhale, lifting the sternum. And Shat, exhale, rolling back into downward facing dog. Allow your feet and your hands to be hips width apart and the hands to be shoulder width apart. Drawing gently in on your lower stomach, begin hollowing out the pelvis, tuning into the openness in your lower back. Let the vertebrae release away from each other and feel the strength of your hands and your feet releasing down into the ground underneath you. Relaxing and releasing the neck. Switching your gaze forward, Saupta, inhale, walking the feet up in between the hands, looking up, Ashtau, exhale, dropping down. Nava, inhale, standing up again, gazing at the tip of the thumbs while you reach up, and exhale, Samastitihi. Come again. Inhale, reaching high, and Dve, folding forward, drawing in the stomach on the way down. Trini, inhale, looking up, and Chatwari, beginning to jump as you transfer the weight into your hands. Pancha, inhale into upward facing dog, and Shat, beautifully moving back. Let the backs of your knees open and let a long, clean line of energy travel down the back of your legs, out through the soles of your feet, through your mat, and through the earth underneath you. If you need to readjust at any moment and walk the feet closer or your hands closer, please feel welcome. The shoulder blades move away from each other and down the back, creating space to let your neck remain free, to let your breath move fluidly into the entire torso. As you switch your gaze, Saupta, jumping forward, keep the weight in your hands, looking up, and Ashtau, exhale, folding forward. Nava, standing up, engaging your legs as you reach up through the hands, and exhale, Samastitihi. Ekam, we begin again. Let your arms raise, and Dve, exhaling, dropping and releasing down. Trini, inhale, extending the spine. Chatwari, keep the body strong as you jump back. Let the weight be in your hands. Pancha, inhale, lifting the sternum. And Shat, exhale, moving back. Letting your body come to rest in downward dog is an important part of the posture, finding that dynamic state of equilibrium between flexibility and strength. Allow your body to release and relax deeper into the posture, engaging only where you need to engage to keep yourself here. Tune into the sound of your breath, and when you're ready, switch your gaze. Saupta, inhale, jumping forward, looking up. Ashtau, exhale, folding forward. Nava, the ninth breath, let your hands raise while you gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, Samastitihi. And for the last time, Ekam, raise the hands in Surya Namaskar A. Dve, exhale, folding forward. Trini, inhale, deep, full breath. And Chatwari, jumping back, lower yourself down. Pancha, inhale into upward facing dog. And Shat, exhale. As you begin to repeat the movements, they become more fluid as your body's natural internal fire begins to be ignited by the unification of the breath with your body and the posture. Keeping the legs engaged will help you stabilize your body and the posture as the sit bones gently rise away and move away from the heels and away from the floor. Your back is elongating and releasing. Bending the knees. Saupta, inhale, coming forward, looking up. Ashtau, exhale, folding forward. Nava, inhale, let your hands raise, press the palms together, reaching high, and exhale, Samastitihi. And we begin with Surya Namaskar B. Ekam, with bent knees, raise your hands, gaze at the thumbs. Bending the knees, fold forward, Dve. Trini, again looking up with straight legs. Chatwari, stepping, jumping, or lifting back as you please. Lower yourself down. Pancha, inhale, deep, full breath, releasing the spine. And Shat, exhale. Saupta, inhale, step the right foot forward, squaring the hips, raise your hands. Ashtau, exhale, take the hands by your foot, step back and down. Nava, inhale, lifting the spine. Dasha, exhale, moving back. Ekadasha, step the left foot forward, squaring your hips, raising your hands. Dvadasha, exhale, step back, lower yourself down again. Trayogdasha, inhale. Chakturdasha, exhale, moving into downward facing dog. Feel the breath return to its natural state of long, slow, steady, and deep. No matter how many times the breath seems to lose its pace, simply return again to that long, steady Ujjayi breath, that breath where you hear and feel yourself breathing, letting the lungs expand on every inhalation. Bend your knees. Panchadasha, inhale, moving forward. Shodasha, exhale, releasing your hamstrings. Deep bend in your knees. Saptadasha, inhale, press the palms together. And exhale, standing up, Samastitihi. Bend your knees again, raising your arms, Ekam. Dve, chest moves towards the knees as you straighten your legs and lower down. Trini, lifting the spine, Chatwari, stepping, lifting, or jumping back as you please. Pancha, inhale into upward facing dog, and Shat, exhale. Sapta, stepping forward into warrior one. Deep bend in the knee as you raise your hand. Exhale, stepping back, lower yourself down. Inhale into upward facing dog, deep full breath. Exhale, down. Stepping forward with your left leg, deep bend in your left knee, supports your arms as you raise. Exhale, keep the hands to the floor, step back, lower yourself down. Inhale, rolling the shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Make sure to unify your own movement with your breath. If it ever moves a little too fast for you, feel welcome to take an extra breath wherever you like. Panchadasha, inhale, jumping forward, looking up. Shodasha, exhale, folding forward. Bend your knees deeply. Saptadasha, inhale, press the palms together, bend your knees, and stand up. Samastitihi. We do it again. Take a deep bend in your knees. Ekam, raise your hands, and Dve, exhale, chest to the knees, straightening up your legs. Trini, inhale, looking up, and Anchatwari, you will see a box raising up to the right-hand side with a more advanced option of lifting your legs all the way up into handstand by transferring the weight of your pelvis and your lower body into your hands. If you'd like to try this at home, please feel welcome, but don't feel any pressure to try. You can always just jump back into Chatwari. Upward facing dog and Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, stepping forward. Your legs are strong as your foundation and the arms raise. Devadasha, exhale, step back, lower yourself down. Trayogdasha, inhale. Chakturdasha, exhale. And at any moment, if your breath feels rushed, simply return to a long, slow, steady breath. Let the breath open and release all of the joints in your body, breathing space, awareness, aliveness, and consciousness into every one of your joints, from your hands, through your shoulders, through your pelvis, through your knees, and into your feet. When you're ready, bend your knees, Panchadasha, jumping forward, looking up, Shodasha, folding forward. Again, deep bend in the knees, raise the hands with bent knees, gazing at the thumbs, press the palms together, and return to Samastitihi. And now we move into the standing asanas, beginning with Parangushtasana. Exhale as you fold forward, having the feet hips width apart, holding onto your toes. Inhale, looking up, and Dve, exhale as you fold forward. Allow your knees gently to raise, opening up the backs of your legs. A forward bend, as this posture is, releases not just the back of the legs, but also the back. So relax your back muscles, elongating the spine, keeping your gaze gently focused on the tip of the nose. Keep your feet active, thrusting down into the ground, and your neck remains free. Lots of space remain in between all of the vertebrae along the spine. Inhale, Trini, looking up, and stepping your hands underneath the feet, we move into Padahastasana. Dve, exhale, folding forward. Resist the temptation in this posture to use only the strength of your arms to squeeze yourself here. Instead, elongate along the back of your legs, elongating your back muscles as well. The shoulder blades draw back, down the back. Trini, inhale, extending your spine. Chatwari, take your hands to your waists. Point your sit bones down as you come up, back to Samasthiti. Uttita Trikonasana. Ekam, step out to the right. Get the heels in the same line with the right foot turned out. Duve, folding forward, holding onto your big toe, gazing at your left fingertips. Your point of focus, your drishti, directs your mind and keeps it focused, keeping your attention and your awareness and your consciousness within your own physical body. It also helps you not worry too much about how you look in the posture. Trini, inhale, coming up, and Chatwari, as you switch the sides, move deep inside your right hip joint and release along your torso. Tuning into the sound of your breath, keep your gaze at the right fingertips. Elongating along your spine, keeping your legs solid, thrusting into the ground, inhaling, coming up into Pavrita Trikonasana, squaring your hips forward over the right leg, and the twist is articulated throughout all of the vertebrae, reaching from your tailbone through your lower back, all the way out through the top of the head. Gaze at the right fingertips and feel and hear yourself breathing. Strong legs are your foundation. Trini, inhale, coming up, switching the side, square your hips over the left side, releasing your left hamstring as you fold forward. As the right hand makes contact with the ground, be sure to press fully into your right hand, supporting the upper back in its twisting. Your gaze is steady at the left fingertips. Inhaling, coming back up, extending your arms, and exhaling, step back into Samasthiti. Uttita Parsva Konasana. Nice wide step out to the right, deep bend in your right knee, sink down into your right hip joint, pressing your right hand firmly into the ground. Gaze at your left fingertips and allow your body to reach out into space through your fingers. Strong legs are your foundation, the lower stomach's drawn in. Allow your breath to be full, pressing into your legs. Trini, inhale, Chatwari, switching the sides. Deep bend in your left knee as you extend your body out through the left fingertips. Keeping your gaze steady, allow your breath to be long and deep. Let your body relax as much as you can in the posture. Inhaling, coming all the way up, and Pavrita Parsva Konasana. As you move your knee out of the way to twist, hooking your left arm. And as the left arm makes contact with the ground, press firmly into the left arm and allow a forward direction of your right knee to keep the legs in place. Allow the sit bones to be level. And again, the twist happens through your entire spine. Trini, coming up. Chatwari, switching the sides. For those of you at home that thinks that this is a very advanced looking posture, for those of you at home watching this, if it seems as though this simple posture in the standing asanas is too advanced, feel welcome to check ahead in the beginner's options for a nice easy way to come in and out of the posture. If you find yourself in the posture completely, simply breathe and elongate. Inhale, coming all the way up, and exhale back to Samasthiti. Prasarita Padottanasana A. Hands on the waist, exhale. Ekam, looking up, and Dve, exhale, folding forward. Take your hands in line with your toes. Trini, inhale, and exhale, folding forward. Elongating through your back, lift your sit bones away from your heels, sliding your torso through your thighs, relaxing deep inside your hip joints, gazing at the tip of your nose. Ideally, we take 5 breaths in each posture. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, take your hands to your waist. Inhale, come all the way up, and we move into B. Ekam, spreading your arms, and Dve, exhale, hands to your waist. Inhale, lifting your spine, looking up, and Trini, keeping your hands on your waist, folding forward. You may feel it's more comfortable for your neck to slide your head in further through your legs. If you're working on opening your hamstrings, simply allow your head to dangle in the air as you reach further and further towards the ground. Test your sense of balance by moving your weight to the front of your foot. Inhale, coming all the way up, and exhale. Ekam, spreading the arms, moving into C, interlocking your hands behind your back. Inhale again, looking up, and Trini, folding forward, gazing at the tip of your nose. Avoid the temptation to squeeze your shoulder blades down. Simply let gravity work your hands down towards the ground. Keep your legs active as they are your foundation. Relaxing and breathing and releasing into the posture. Inhale, allowing yourself to come all the way back up. Take your hands to the waist. Exhale. D, inhale without bringing your arms out. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, looking up, and take your hands down. You'll see to the right an advanced option where at the end of your 5 breaths in this posture, you might try to allow your legs to lift up into handstand, taking them wide out to the side. Although it's not traditional, you might find that it's fun to play around with these other advanced options. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, take your hands to the waist and come all the way back up. And exhale, moving back into Samasthiti. Parsvatanasana, hands in prayer position behind the back, pressing the whole hand into each other, stepping out to the right. Dve, aligning your sit bones as you fold forward. Keep the pelvis level and avoid lifting one hip or the other. Gaze forward at your right big toes, and the elbows stay lifted. Your legs are strong. Allow yourself to breathe fully and deeply into the posture. When you're ready to stand up, press into your legs. Inhale and exhale, switching the sides, folding forward over your left leg, pressing the palms together. Let your elbows raise and keep your gaze forward. The center of the sternum shines forward. Remember that the lower stomach stays relaxed, drawn in, and released. Never tense your way into the postures, but release yourself into them so that you may stay relaxed, free, and open. Keep your legs strong as they are your foundation, and when you're ready to come out of the posture, thrust deeply into your legs and inhale as you allow yourself to come back up to standing, releasing your hands and return to Samasthiti. Uttita Hasta Parangusasana. Allow your right arm to raise and your left arm to move towards your natural waist. Lift up your right leg holding onto the big toe and exhale, move the chin down towards the shin. Remember that this is first and foremost a balancing posture. So for those of you with tight hamstrings, please look forward to the beginner options. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, bring the leg out to the side. Look over your left shoulder. Keep the balance steady. Keep the sit bone down. Keep your hip relaxed. Inhale, bring the leg back, and exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lifting your spine, hands to your waist. Exhale. As you lift your leg here, remember this is a balancing posture, not a place to stretch your hamstrings. Switching to the left side. Inhale, lifting your leg. Exhale, folding forward. Keep the sit bones level. Keep your spine released. Keep your breath long. Inhale and exhale, moving out to the side. As you bring your leg out to the side, drop your hip joint, keeping both sit bones as level as you can. If you gaze at one single point, it will help your balance. Inhale, let's bring the leg back to the center. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming up, hands to your waist. waist. Use the strength of your leg to lift your leg. Don't feel like you need to lift only with one area of the body. And release and relax your leg. Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana. The right leg moves into half lotus, reach around the back, ekam, and dve, holding your foot, fold forward. The fingers and toes are in the same line. As you release and relax your spine forward, the chin moves towards the shin. For those of you at home with still blooming lotuses, feel welcome to fast forward to the beginner options or watch them at the end for different variations if you're still working on opening your hip joints. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, hold to steady yourself. Inhale, come all the way up. Keep your knee as straight as possible. Find your balance and release your foot. Inhaling, switching to the left side. Allow that hip joint to be nice and open as you reach around. Exhale. Remember, as you fold forward, it's important that your knee is pointing down towards the ground. So resist the urge to fold forward until the flexibility in your hip joint actually permits that range of motion. Keep gazing forward to your right toes. Keep your balance steady. Keep your breath deep and long. Inhale, extending your spine. Exhale, hold. Inhale, coming all the way up. Keep that standing leg strong as you release Padmasana. Ekam, we begin again. Raise your hands. Dve, folding forward. Your hamstrings should feel more open now. Trini, looking up, extending your spine. Chatwari, jumping back, lower yourself down. Keep your body nice and strong. Pancha, deep breath. And Shat, exhale. Saupta, jumping forward into Utkatasana. Keep the feet together and keep your knees together, gently rotating your thighs inward as you sink deep down into your feet. Raise your hands and as much as possible, keep your torso in line with your hips. Allow your knees to bend as deeply as you can until you feel your Achilles tendons opening. Folding forward. Ashtau, inhale. Nava, exhale. Dasha, inhale into upward facing dog. Ekadasha, moving back. We move into Virabhadrasana A. Saupta, inhale. Sink down into your right knee. Align your hips forward over the right side, tucking the tailbone. Keep your back leg straight. Lift your spine out of the pelvis. That left knee is nice and straight. Gaze is steady at the thumbs. Ashtau, switching the sides, keep your hands up and test your sense of balance. See if you can gaze at your thumbs while you switch your legs. Remember to square your hips and your pelvis directly over your left knee. The sit bones stay pointed towards the ground, the tailbone tucks under, drawing in the lower stomach. Lift your spine out of the pelvis. Nava, moving into Virabhadrasana B. The arms spread equally in both directions. The groin opens and releases. And that left knee stays at a nice 90-degree angle as you sink down into the strength of your legs. Dasha, inhale, moving into the right side. Sink down into your right knee, keeping it at a nice 90-degree angle, reaching in both directions from your arms, tucking your tailbone. Let the sit bones point down to the ground. Take your hands down. Ekadasha, lifting up. Dvadasha, moving back. Trayodasha, upward facing dog. Chakturdasha, moving back. Saupta, bending the knees, cross your feet, jumping through, bring your feet through your hands and sit down. Dandasana, halfway between lying down and forward bending, prepares the spine for forward bending as you draw inside the lower stomach, lifting the sternum and the entire spine out of the pelvis. Gaze at the tip of the nose, steady the breath, relax the mind. Reach forward into Paschimottanasana. Ashtau, take your big toes and Nava, exhale into Paschimottanasana. Allow the hamstrings to release. Allow the back to lengthen and your gaze to move forward, if possible, gazing at your toes out through the top of your eyes. Inhale again, reaching around, holding your wrist if you can, and exhale, folding forward. You have two chances in the primary series in Paschimottanasana to lengthen the hamstrings. So reach out through the soles of your feet and move the sit bones away from the heels, drawing inside the lower stomach, listening to the sound of your breath. Dasha, inhale, exhale, take your hands to the floor. Ekadasha, cross your feet, inhale, lifting up and jump back into Chatwari. Inhale into upward facing dog, and Chakturdasha, moving into downward facing dog. Bending your knees. When you're ready, Saupta, inhale, jumping through, cross your feet, moving into Purvottanasana. Exhale, take your hands back. Ashtau, inhale, tucking your tailbone, reach out through your toes, rotating your thighs inward. Use the strength of your hips to lift your hips. Take your hands down, cross your feet. Dasha, inhale, lifting up. Ekadasha, jumping back. Dvadasha, inhale, upward facing dog. Trayodasha, exhale and down. Bending your knees. Saupta, inhale, Ardha Pada Padma Paschimottanasana. Again, in this posture, you will have the chance to take your right leg into half lotus. If you're working on opening your lotus, you might again like to move forward to the beginner options. Exhale after you have your foot folding forward. The gaze is forward at your left big toes. The center of the sternum remains shining forward. Engaging your left leg will help ground the asana, keeping the sit bones level. Listen to the sound of your breath. Inhale, take your hands to the floor. Exhale. Crossing the feet, dasha, inhale, ekadasha, exhale, trayogdasha, upward facing dog, chakturdasha, back. Bending the knees, jumping through, chakturdasha, jumping through, take the left leg into half lotus, reaching around the back, aligning your foot, panchadasha, exhale, folding forward. As we begin moving into the seated asanas, you notice that we perform a vinyasa or a half Surya Namaskar A in between each of the sides and each of the postures. If this seems challenging, please click ahead to the beginner options where you will see the vinyasa broken down and various alternatives given for those of you who are still working at home. Return to the sound of the breath. Let your right leg be nice and active. Inhale, exhale, take your hands down. Sauptadasha, inhale, lifting up. Astadasha, exhale, jumping back. Ekon vum satahi, inhale. Vum satahi, exhale. Saupta, bring the knees into the chest and jump through, if you can, straight into the posture. Tiriyang Mukekapada Paschimottanasana. The knees are together and the thighs rotate inward. Both sit bones move their way down towards the ground. If you have some trouble with your knee, again, you can move forward into the beginner's options to find some variations for the posture. Having yourself completely here, gaze forward. Inhale, exhale, take your hands down. Dasha, lifting up. Ekadasha, jumping back. Dvadasha, upward facing dog. Trayodasha, downward facing dog. Settling in the posture, bend your knees. Chakturdasha, jumping through. And if you can, straight into the posture, rotating your thighs inward. Keep your right leg active. And you might find it useful to thrust gently into your right calf muscle to help ground the left sit bone as it moves towards the ground. Your gaze is forward, your breath is deep and steady. Shodasha, inhale. Exhale, take your hands to the floor. Saptadasha, inhale. Ashtadasha, exhale. Ekon vumshatahi, upward facing dog. Vumshatahi, exhale, downward facing dog. Bending your knees when you're ready. Sapta, inhale into Janur Shirsasana A. Crossing the feet for the vinyasa, moving into the posture as you're ready. The right foot is flat against the inner thigh of the left leg. The knee is out to the side, reaching around and And Ashtau, exhale into the posture, rotating the right hip out and down as you lift the spine out of the pelvis, drawing in on the lower stomach, letting the breath fill your entire torso. Your gaze is forward and you reach out of the bottom of your left foot. Feel yourself in the posture, relaxed, released, with long breaths. Inhale, exhale, take your hands down. Dasha, inhale, lifting up. Ekadasha, jumping back. Devadasha, moving into upward facing dog. Triyodasha, moving back. Bending your knees. Chakturdasha, switching the sides. On the left side, keep the left foot pressing into the right inner thigh, aligning the center of the sternum over your right leg. Inhale, coming into the posture. Exhale, lowering down. Allow your breath to be long and deep. And as you move into the practice, let every breath count. Stay present to your body. Stay present to your awareness of the inner space of your body. Inhale, exhale, take your hands to the ground. Saptadasha, inhale, lifting up. Astadasha, jumping back. Ekon Vumshatahi, inhale. Vumshatahi, exhale into downward facing dog. As you're ready, bend your knees. Sapta, inhale, jumping into Janushirasana B, a variation where you take the right leg out to the side, keep your foot flexed, and sit on your heel. Inhale, reaching around, lifting your spine, and exhale, lowering down into the posture. Make sure that the toes, the right toes, point towards the left foot, and the heel thrusts into the perineum. The lower stomach draws in, and the breath is long. The right hip rotates back and down. Inhale, exhale, take your hands to the floor. Dasha, lifting up, transferring the weight into your hands as you jump back. Ekadasha, Devadasha, upward facing dog. Triyodasha, downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Chakturdasha, jumping through, switching the sides. You might notice as you switch the side that one side or one hip is tighter or more open than the other. That's as normal as being right-handed or left-handed. Yoga will help you equalize and balance out those opposites you might feel in your body. Remember, the left foot is flexed, the toes point towards the right foot, and you sit fully on the heel, having the perineum releasing into the heel of the left leg. Your breath is deep and long. Shodasha, inhale, exhale, take your hands down. Saptadasha, cross your feet, lifting up, jumping back. Astadasha, Ekon Vumshatahi, inhale, Vumshatahi, exhale into downward facing dog. Bending the knees, Sapta, jumping into Janushirasana C. Although this posture looks like you will twist the ankle, please rotate from deep inside your right hip joint, moving whatever flesh you need out of the way. Allow the back of the ankle, the Achilles tendon, to release. Allow your toes, all 5 of them, to make contact with the ground. And if you feel perhaps one of your toes being caught, don't worry, just go and readjust as you please. It's important here not to squeeze, push, or force your knee down towards the ground, but instead to allow gravity to take it there. Inhale, take your hands to the ground. Exhale, Dasha, lifting up. Ekadasha, jumping back. Inhale into upward facing dog, keeping the integrity of the vinyasa as you move through. Bending the knees as you're ready. Chakturdasha, switching the sides. Janushirasana C on the left-hand side. As you twist the ankle, again, keep that rotation inside your hip joint, releasing your toes, letting your knee be soft, allowing the relaxation of the breath and gravity to take your knee down towards the ground. Keep reaching out through your right foot as though there's a floor underneath it, and the right sit bone moves away from the right heel, using the openness of your hamstrings. Shodasha, inhale, take your hands to the ground, exhale. Saptadasha, cross your feet, jumping back, transferring the weight into your hands. Astadasha, Ekon Vumshatahi, upward facing dog, Vumshatahi, downward facing dog. Bending the knees, Saupta, inhale, jumping through again, and this time we'll move into Marichasana A, the first of the Marichasana sequences. Stand up your right knee, having the foot flat on the outside edges of your hips. Reach around the back and inhale. Exhale into the posture, Ashtau. And traditionally in each posture, you stay for 5 breaths. Since everyone's breath is different, you may find that my pace is slower or faster than yours. Regardless, tune into your own breath, tune into your own body. Inhale, exhale, take your hands to the floor, dasha, inhale, lifting up, ekadasha, jumping back, and lower yourself down. Keep your chest open. Inhale into upward facing dog, and exhale into downward facing dog. Relax, bending your knees, chaturadasha, inhale, jumping through, switching the sides. Panchadasha, taking the posture, reaching around, exhale. Allow the chin to move towards the shin, and it's important to draw back on the left knee to let the torso slide through and away from your thigh. This is the first place where we develop a degree of openness in our hips. It's a very safe way to relax deep inside the pelvis. Take your hands to the floor, crossing your feet. Sauptadasha, inhale. Astadasha, jumping back. Inhale into upward facing dog, Vumchatahi. Exhale into downward facing dog. Let your arms release, let the spine release. Bend your knees deeply. Sauptadasha, jumping through into Marichasana B. Allow the left leg to come into half lotus, standing the right knee up. Ashtau, exhale into the posture. Move the chin down towards the ground. And for those of you at home who would like a beginner, more simple option, you may click ahead to these options at the end of the DVD. Keep your gaze forward at the tip of the nose. Keep the right thigh moving back. Inhale, take your hands to the ground. Exhale. Cross your feet. Dasha, inhale, lifting up. Ekadasha, jumping back. Dvadasha, inhale. Triyogdasha, exhale. Flowing with your breath. Bending your knees. Chakturdasha, inhale. Jumping through, and we switch the sides. Move the right leg into half lotus, standing up your left knee. Relax and release your way into the posture. You'll notice that to take your arms around your knees, you need a degree of flexibility in your shoulders. For those of you who had a hard time getting your hands to the ground in Prasarita Padottanasana C, you will feel the repercussions of that now. Simply work on the openness in your shoulder girdle. Reach forward, sliding deep inside your joints. Breathe deeply. Keep your focus internal. Inhale, take your hands down. Exhale, Sauptadasha, inhale, lifting up. Astadasha, jumping back. Ekon Vumshatahi, inhale into upward facing dog. Vumshatahi, exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, bend your knees and Saupta, inhale into Marichasana C. We move into one of the first twists of the seated postures. Standing up your knee, it's important to move the knee out of the way as you reach around, twisting, holding the wrist if you can, taking your right fingers onto your left thigh, gripping, twisting from the spine. Don't lean down, but instead lift the spine out of the pelvis, creating space in each and every vertebrae. Your left leg is active. Both sit bones are level. Moving out of the posture, take your hands to the floor, cross your feet, Ashtau, inhale, lifting up, and Nava, exhale, jumping back, Dasha, inhale into upward facing dog, Ekadasha, moving back, and when you're ready, bending your knees, Dvadasha, inhale, jumping through, take your hands to the floor, and move into the posture. Standing up your left knee, draw inside the lower stomach, lift the spine out of the pelvis, create space with every inhalation, and exhale as you use that space, twisting from the base of the spine all the way from the tailbone through the lower spine and all the way out through the top of the head. Rotating that right shoulder down helps stabilize you in the posture. Keep your breath fluid, steady, and deep. Keep the right foot reaching. And exhale. Trayodasha. Cross your feet. Inhale, transferring your weight into your hands to lift up and jump back. Panchadasha. Inhale. Shodasha. Exhale. Relaxing for a moment and bend your knees. Saupta. Inhale. Moving into Marichyasana D, one of the most challenging postures of almost all the Ashtanga Yoga series. The left leg moves into half lotus, moving the knee out of the way, reaching around. This challenges not just your ability to twist, but also the openness and flexibility inside your hip joints. The right leg must move slightly inward as you reach around, and the left shoulder must stay down, reaching as far as you can towards your foot. As soon as you're done, cross your feet, untie your little knot, and begin the vinyasa by crossing your feet. Ashtau, inhale, lifting up. Nava, exhale. Dasha, inhale. And Ekadasha, exhale. Bending the knees. Dvadasha, inhale, jumping through, keeping the weight in your hands in the vinyasa. And switching the sides. Marichyasana D on the left-hand side. The right leg moves into half lotus, standing up your left knee. Draw inside the lower stomach as you reach around. And as you find your way into the posture, it's important to lift again from the tip of the tailbone all the way out through the top of the head. If you'd like to see a beginner option, please click ahead and see a step-by-step breakdown of an easy way to come into the posture. Coming out, take your hands down, crossing your feet. Trayodasha, inhale, lifting up. Chakturdasha, jumping back. Panchadasha, inhale. Shodasha, exhale. Bending your knees, and Saupta, jumping through into Navasana position. In Ashtanga Yoga, we perform Navasana 5 times, holding each time for 5 breaths. Reach out through your toes, draw inside your lower stomach, and allow your breath to be deep and steady. Cross your feet, Ashtau, lifting up, and again, Navasana. And we breathe 5 steady breaths. Reach from deep inside your hip joints and let them be spacious. Draw inside the lower stomach, reach out through your toes, gazing at your toes. Inhale again, transferring your weight into your hands. Exhale, down. And again, Navasana. And we breathe. You might find it useful internally to count your breaths if you're practicing on your own. This is an easy place to lose count. And inhale, lifting up, exhale down. And again, Navasana, the 4th time. And breathe, staying with your breath. Notice your inner dialogue at this point. If you're already telling yourself that you're tired, simply return to the breath. Inhale again, lifting up. Last time, Navasana. Reaching out through your toes, just keep the mind steady into the breath, into your body, staying with yourself, reaching and jumping back, lowering down. Ekadasha, inhale. Dvadasha, exhale into downward facing dog. Bending your knees, Saupta, inhale into Bhuja Pidasana, jump forward, taking the weight into your hands, jump around your hands, and finding your balance, cross your feet at the ankles over each other. And as you're ready, exhale, Ashtau, taking your chin down, keeping the weight in your hands. Avoid planting your chin into the ground and instead keep it lifted. And again, at the end of the DVD, you will see beginner's options in terms of how to get to the posture. Dasha, take back your legs to Bakasana. Ekadasha, jump back. Dvadasha, inhale. Trayogdasha, exhale. Bending your knees again. Sapta. Inhale, jump around your hands, take your legs forward and move your shoulders underneath your thighs, reaching under and making yourself flat for Kurmasana position. The palms are down, lift your feet and lift your butt off the ground. Keep the chin down, reach the sternum, the lower back, and the entire spine are long. Reach the sternum and the lower belly into the ground. Ashtau, take Supta, Kurmasana, and I find it useful when you're practicing on your own to sit up and place both legs behind your head. At the end, you will also see a beginner's version for this posture, an alternative version. As you take your head down towards the ground, reaching the arms back challenges again both the strength in your upper back, your upper chest, and the openness in your shoulders. Keep your breath steady, and if the flexibility of your hip joints permits, you may also find it useful to point your feet, separating them away from each other. It might be useful for you to lock your feet again as you bring yourself back up. Nava, lifting up off the ground. Dasha, coming up. Ekadasha, straightening out your legs. Take back your feet to Bakasana position. Devadasha, jumping back. Trayogdasha, inhale. Chakturdasha, exhale. Bending your knees after you come into the posture, readjusting where it's necessary, bending your knees, Saupta, inhale, jumping through into Garbha Pindasana, which you move into by first moving into lotus position, right foot, then the left foot, always in Ashtanga Yoga, and then moving your hands through the holes that you don't believe are there in your legs. It's useful to twist your arms and move your legs a little bit if your hamstring openness permits. Gazing at the tip of the nose, holding your ears, steadying your breath. Nava, exhale, inhale, rolling around 9 times, exhale back, inhale up. Use your own count and follow your own breath, ending up back on your mat on 9. Take your hands down, take Kukutasana. Lifting your knees, drawing inside your lower stomach, press firmly into your hands, gaze at the tip of the nose. Remove your hands. Dasha, inhale, lifting up, transfer the weight into your hands. Ekadasha, jumping back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down. Keep the integrity of the vinyasas, no matter how many times you do them. Bending your knees. Saupta. Inhale, jumping through, moving into Baddha Konasana. Take the outside of the feet and press them into each other. The heels and the base of the little toes stays touching. Inhale, exhale, Ashtau, moving into the posture. As much as possible, let your sit bones drop, lift your spine out of the pelvis, elongating your body as you relax forward. Opening the groin, releasing your hip joints. Inhale, exhale, rounding the back. Take the top of the head down. It's important to draw inside on the lower stomach as the forehead moves down onto the toes and the entire back rounds and curls under. Let it be spacious. Lifting the spine up, straightening the spine, chin down. Take your hands down, cross your feet. Dasha, inhale, lifting up, transferring the weight into your hands. Ekadasha, jumping back. Devadasha, inhale. Trayogdasha, exhale. Bending your knees when you're ready. Saupta. Inhale, jumping through into Upavishta Konasana. Take the feet wide apart, holding onto the outside of your feet. It's important here again not to pull or squeeze too hard on yourself, but instead let gravity gently allow the sternum and then the lower belly down into the ground while keeping a liftedness and an outer rotation in your hip joints. Gazing forward at your nose, let your breath be long, steady, and deep. Inhale, coming up, holding onto the outside of your feet, looking up. Lift your spine out of the pelvis. Let the legs move away from each other as much as the length of your arms will permit, pointing your toes, keeping the breath steady. Exhale, hands to the floor, cross your feet, dasha, ekadasha, jumping back. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, down. Keep the integrity of the vinyasa. Make every breath count. When you're ready, bend your knees. Sapta, inhale, jumping through. Exhale, lie down. Inhale, Ashtau, bring the feet up over the top of the head. Supta Konasana. It's important to keep the pelvis stacked neatly over the shoulders so that the spine remains lifted and the lower stomach is drawn in. Use the flexibility in your hips to take the legs wide apart, rotating back and down with your hip joints, rolling up on each vertebrae, coming to balance, and exhale, move the chin down to the floor. Dasha, take the head up. Exhale, hands down. Ekadasha, lifting up. Devadasha, jumping back. Trayogdasha, lifting up into upward facing dog. Chakturdasha, down. Bending your knees as you're ready. Sapta, inhale, jumping through to sitting and then lying down. Supta Parangustasana. Ashtau, inhale, lift the right leg, holding onto your toe. Nava, exhale, chin moves towards the shin. Use the strength of your stomach and your upper back to reach up, using this posture not just to stretch but to use your strength. Take your head down. Exhale, take the right leg down out to the side, opening from deep inside your right hip joint, looking over your left shoulder, reaching out through your left leg. Let your breath be steady. Keep the left leg very active to ground down the left side of the pelvis. Inhale, the right leg comes back. Exhale, the chin moves towards the shin. Inhale, the leg comes down. Exhale, leg down. Inhale, bring the left leg up. Exhale, the chin moves towards the shin. Again, use the strength of the torso to lift your chin up to meet your shin, reaching out through your right toes, then allowing your breath to remain steady. Inhale, the head comes down. Exhale, the leg moves down, the left leg out to the side. Rotate the left hip so that you release from deep inside your pelvis, gazing gently over the right shoulder. The right leg is active and grounding, stabilizing the back of your right pelvis. Inhale, bring the left leg back. Exhale, chin to the shin. Inhale, bring the head down. Exhale, bring your legs down. Shodasha, inhale, rolling backwards, chakrasana into Chatwari. You might find it useful to step forward with your hands and with your feet until you lower down into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Bending the knees and Sapta. Inhale, jumping through. Exhale, lie down again. Ubaya Parangustasana. Inhale, lift the legs up over the top of the head. Ashtau, holding onto your big toes. Exhale, Nava. Inhale, roll up and take the posture by pointing your feet to help you balance, gazing up. Remember to lift the spine out of the pelvis and reach from deep inside your pelvis out through your toes. Let your breath be steady. Your legs are strong. Cross your feet. Dasha, inhale. Ekadasha, exhale. Upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, bend your knees. Sapta, inhale, jumping through, and exhale, lie down. Urdhva Mukha Paschima Tanasana. Inhale, Ashtau, take the feet up over the top of the head, hold the outside of the feet, rolling on each of your vertebrae, coming up. Exhale, move the chin towards the shin. Gazing up at your toes, Reach from deep inside your pelvis. You might find it useful to pull down on your feet using the strength of your arms, but keeping the shoulder blades down the back. Ekadasha, inhale. Take your hands to the floor, lifting up. Devadasha, jumping back. Trayogdasha, inhale into upward facing dog. Shakturdasha, exhale, moving back. Bending your knees, Sapta, inhale, jumping through, and Ashtau, lie down and prepare for Setu Bandhasana. Bending your knees, take the heels together, turning the feet out, bringing the top of the head down. Cross your arms, holding your elbows with the strength of your legs. Nava, inhale, moving into the posture, rolling onto your forehead. Make sure your tailbone is tucked and that your spine is lifted and the sternum is moving away from your feet. Allow your breath to be deep until you come down. Hands move underneath the shoulders. Inhale, Ekadasha, moving into backwards rolling or Chakrasana. Walk your feet and your hands forward and lower yourself down. Devadasha, inhale into upward facing dog. Trayogdasha, exhale into downward facing dog. And bending your knees as you're ready. Saupta, jumping through into and lie down. We begin the back bending sequence, moving into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bend your knees, keeping them on the outside edges of your hips. Hands move under the shoulders. The hands stay in place and the feet stay parallel. With the strength of your legs, tuck your tailbone, lift your spine, and move all the way into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Thrusting into your legs, you may let the chest move over the hands. Once you do, walk in. You'll notice an advanced option box to the right. That's for those of you who would like to stand up and drop back from back bending. Otherwise, you may simply just bring your head to the floor and walk your hands in 3 times. Wherever you are, keep your breath long and steady. Coming down onto your head one last time, walk your hands even closer, moving the feet towards parallel as the weight's transferred onto your hands. And the thighs rotate gently inward. The arms are nice and straight, thrusting into the ground. When you're done, simply lie down on an exhale, curling under, finding your way to the floor. Hands stay under the shoulders. And Ekadasha, inhale, rolling backwards, take Chakrasana. Stepping your hands forward. Exhale, lower yourself down. Trayodasha, inhale, and exhale, moving into downward facing dog. Bending the knees, Saupta, inhale, jumping through. Take Paschimottanasana, forward bending, the ideal counter stretch to back bending. It's important not to squeeze yourself into the posture here, but instead to elongate, reaching from deep inside your pelvis, long out over your thighs. Let there be space in each of your joints, and most importantly, relax. Traditionally, we are allowed to take 10 deep breaths in this posture to fully come to a point of rest. Inhale, lifting the spine. Exhale, hands down. Cross your feet. Inhale, lifting yourself up. And exhale, jumping back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, down. Bending the knees when you're ready. And Saupta. Inhale, jumping through, lying down. Coming to rest for a moment before we begin the finishing asanas. Sarvangasana, shoulder stand. Inhale, if it's possible for you, you lift straight up into shoulder stand. Rolling onto your shoulders, moving the elbows as close together as you can. Supporting your back with your hands, pointing your feet, rotating your thighs inward, tucking the tailbone, and reaching out through your thighs. The more your shoulders move close together, the more space there is in the back of the neck. Allow the liftedness of the posture to translate through all of the limbs of your body. Keep your gaze steady and keep reaching out through your toes. It's important, especially in the finishing asanas, but throughout the entire practice, to relax and not exert too much effort. Ashtau, exhale, move into halasana. The feet are straight, the legs are straight, the hips stay stacked over the shoulders, and the hands are interlocked. Keep breathing, gazing at the tip of the nose. Bending your knees, moving into Karna Pidasana. Gently allow the lower back to bend so that the knees move down towards the ground. The whole foot stays touching, so that's from the base of the toes all the way through the heels. Coming back up into shoulder stand, we move into Urdhva Padmasana, taking lotus position. You can use your hands if you need to. Take your hands then, if possible, while you maintain your balance to your knees, gazing at the tip of the nose. Moving into Pindasana. Bring your lotus in close to your body, binding your hands around your thighs. If it's possible, holding the wrist. If it's not possible, holding on to your hands. Exhale, moving into Matsyasana or fish posture. Holding the tops of your feet, keeping your lotus, lifting your spine off of the ground, gazing in between the eyebrows. Nice straight arms help you reach and extend and guide the shoulder blades down the back. It's important here to begin tucking your tailbone as we move into Uttana Padasana. 10 long, deep breaths here. Tuck your tailbone, reach out through your toes, gazing steadily in between the eyebrows, drawing inside the lower stomach to support the lower back. And exhale, coming down. Hands under the shoulders. Nava, moving backwards, Chakrasana, stepping forward. Exhale, lower yourself down. Inhale, Dasha, and Ekadasha. Exhale into downward facing dog. Bending your knees, come to bent knees, Saupta. Prepare for headstand or Shirsasana. The ideal way is inhale, lifting up with straight legs, coming into headstand. If you're trying this at home and you are unable to balance in headstand, it might be useful to move towards a wall to prevent you from falling over. The first challenge in headstand is, of course, to learn how to fall. Otherwise, you won't feel comfortable. Tucking the tailbone, keep the spine in alignment. And remember that balance is first and foremost a state of mind and exists in dynamic equilibrium. So keep your attention gently focused inside your body, gazing at the tip of the nose, reaching out through your toes towards the ceiling, pressing firmly in your arms, guiding the shoulder blades down the back, drawing inside your lower stomach, never losing the integrity of the posture. Remember to find the balance between activation and release. And if you were to give everything in every moment, remember to always save a little bit of your effort for the breath, for the posture. As if you could give 80% of yourself to the physical movement and 20% to the breath. Exhale, moving into half Shirsasana, half headstand. Point to your feet, drawing inside on the lower stomach. Keep your legs parallel with the ground. Thrusting into your arms, drawing inside the lower stomach, tucking the tailbone. Reach out through your toes for 10 long, deep breaths, building the strength inside. Inhale, coming up, and then exhale, lowering yourself down. Nava. All the way down to the ground, slow and steady, moving into child's pose, letting yourself relax. Let the breath be steady. Let your focus be internal. We're reaching towards the end of the practice. And when you're ready, move your hands, Chatwari, taking the position. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bending your knees, Saupta, jumping through. And Ashtau, take Padmasana position. Again, the right leg and then the left leg. Binding your hands around your back. Reach first for your top leg with your left hand and the right arm goes on top. So that's the left hand to the left foot and the right hand to the right foot, but crossed in the front and in the back. Once you have Baddha Padmasana, exhale, reach down to Yoga Mudrasana. Gaze at the tip of the nose. Start focusing on allowing the length of the inhalation to equal the length of the exhalation so that they are equal and steady in their measures as they come in and out of the body. Allow yourself to relax into the posture, yet be prepared to move. Inhale, coming up, moving into Padmasana position. The first two fingers move together and you gaze down at the nose. Every inhalation brings energy and space into the body. Every exhalation is a release. Lifting the spine out of the pelvis, keep the posture steady. Lifting the sternum up to meet the chin as you inhale, relaxing and releasing down as you exhale. Every breath brings energy and circulation into the body. Every moment you stay in the posture brings more consciousness, more relaxation, more release into all of your movements. Follow and tune in to the sound of your own breath. Let it be resonant, deep, and full. Preparing yourself, Nava, inhale, lifting up into Utlutihi, and don't come down. Press into your hands, lift your knees, draw inside the lower stomach, keep your gaze steady, if possible at the tip of the nose. If you find that too claustrophobic, just gaze gently forward, lifting up, staying steady for 10 long, deep breaths, challenging yourself to stay up. And when you're ready, after a count of 10 of your own breath, allow your hands to come into prayer position and we will sing the closing mantra. Om Swasti Prajabhyaha Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyaha Shubhamastu Nityam Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu Om Shanti 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 Om. And returning to the practice, lift up, jump back, inhale into upward facing dog, exhale, down. Bending the knees and jumping through one last time and lie down. Let your body relax. Turn your feet out. Let the shoulder blades move down the back and allow yourself simply to relax. Thanking yourself for this time and space to practice. Thanking my teachers who have made this practice possible. Guruji, Sri K. Patabi Joyce, and Sharat in Mysore. Thank you for the practice.
Samastitihi